John in Pennsylvania. Good morning, John. What's on your mind today?
Good morning, guys. Hey, 6'2", 240. I'm a little COVID fat, but
Aren't we all?
I know, right? I'm going with Drew Brees, but that's not why I called.
Okay.
But I'd love to see Drew get one because he doesn't have any MVPs and Rodgers has a few. Why I called, Dan, was you turned me on, and it was delightful. I got home last night.
Wait. Hold on, John. Hold on. You got to be a little more specific than I turned you on.
And it was delightful.
And it was delightful.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I could have phrased that
Let's
better.
try it again. John in Pennsylvania joins us. Hey, John, what's on your mind today?
Good morning, Dan.
Hey.
6'2", 240.
Okay.
So you turned me on to cereal, and I got home last night, and and thank you to Seton for the recommendation too, because I got home last night and crushed a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, and it was so good that I had to double down, and I went for another bowl of Fruity Pebbles. My girlfriend has a 16-year-old daughter. She can crush 3 boxes of them in a week, and I haven't had a bowl of cereal in, like you said yesterday, maybe 10 or more years. But, man, some Fruity Pebbles and just sit on the couch, and I had the house to myself, and I was just chilling, and like that first bowl was delightful, so much so that and then I took a nap, and it was great, and it's all because of you.
Well, thank
and
you,
a little
John.
bit to Seton. Well, no, thank you, Dan.
Thank you, John. All right. I'm glad I turned you on. You know, it's not the first guy who's ever said that to me.
That's very true.
Yes. And it was delightful. Do you realize what Bob is going to do with that? Bob, who does all of our openings, who does such a great job. You just put it on a T for him there. Yeah, McLovin.
Did you guys think he was talking about the podcast cereal? That's what I thought. I'm like, cereal? That was 3 years ago. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I mentioned yesterday that I had cereal this week. I haven't had bowl of cereal in over a decade. And for some reason, I went into the pantry and it was staring at me, and I just said, honeycomb, I'm home. And I grabbed the box and had 2 bowls. Honeycomb. Yeah, Paul.
I got a note from my psychologist professor that I know, and he said the reason people who haven't had cereal, one of the reasons, enjoy having a bowl of cereal after a long drought of not having it, because it reminds you of your childhood. It reminds you of days with your younger family.
No. It had nothing to do with that.
He says it absolutely does.
He doesn't know. No, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. It's not like I went,
Did I hit a nerve? Are you going to cry?
No, that's just it. That if I was reminiscing about my childhood,
Could it be
that I
subconscious?
would cry.
Could it be subconscious that you enjoyed the bowl of cereal and sitting there?
Just because he has this diagnosis doesn't mean it's right, Paulie. Like, you don't always trust what your doctor tells you. Got a little sensitive there. It had nothing to do with
Awfully
me.
defensive.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
But Paulie kept coming back, and I'm like, no, Paul.
He just sent me another note that said when people are defensive about their child. No, you didn't send that.
If it brings back childhood memories, we had crappy cereal growing up. So if it brought back memories, my mom would put water into the milk to make the milk go around. I was drinking 2% before there was 2%.
That's a little sad, a little diluted milk.
Yes. My mom would make things go around, and we had 6 kids. God love her. We'd have ketchup, and we'd go, we're out of ketchup, Mom, and she would pour water in the top of the ketchup.
No.
And you'd swirl it around, and then you'd throw it on your French fries or tater tots. No, it didn't bring back memories of my childhood. But now this did. Yes, McLeod.
I think we're burying the lead here. Paulie's finally getting help. This is great.
Well, no, he doesn't listen to the therapist.
Oh, no.
He has a friend who's a therapist.
Oh, a friend.
Yes.
A friend who he pays $200 an hour to help him with his clear emotional stuntness.
I think we're up against a break.
Yeah. Are you in therapy?
No, I never have.
Okay.
I've thought about
You
that.
should try it.
I thought, though, because
Might want to consider.
I have the feeling that if I go, I'm never getting out. Like, where I'm not going to be one of those, 3 months and like, it's clean up on aisle 5, everything's better.
Well,
I have the feeling that I'm sure it would do some good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have to be ready for it. If you go kicking and screaming, or you're sort of going into it, then it never works.
I read a story recently, about a year ago, that you can't self-analyze yourself, if that's a phrase. Like you can't, like you need someone else to help you think about things from you. Like if something bothers you from your childhood, or you got something that's
You mean the cereal?
anger issues or cereal or whatever it be. Like sometimes you could think, well, I'm upset because of my dad died when I was a kid, or I'm upset with that because of something that happened to me in high school. That it's not possible to self-analyze.
No, we think we can, but my problem was I kept asking. The first time I went to therapy, I kept asking the therapist questions. And he said, no, I ask you questions. And I said, is this a conversation? Because I didn't know. And I'm used to sitting down asking questions, and it didn't go well. And so I had to go to another therapist there. But I had to learn to not ask any questions, because he would ask me questions, and then I would ask him a question, because he's like, I wanted to know about him. And he said, no, that it doesn't work that way.
And then you'd throw it to a video clip, which is really weird, like a Pistons highlight. That's bizarre. That's not going to help do that. From your Sports Center days, you're so used to throwing it to...
40 minutes and 40 seconds, and Todd has finally had.
But if you tell the therapist, and that made it 5-2 Blue Jackets, he's like, what? I want to know about the cereal kid thing. Didn't you like the cartoons and Woody Woodpecker and Bugs Bunny with your cereal? No? What happened to you as a kid?
Are you
diluted milk and ketchup? You can't keep saying, and that's a double, 2 runs scored, 6-3 Houston. You can't. That doesn't make any sense.
All off one bowl of cereal.
Oh, look who has 4 guests booked today.
Whoa, on a Friday.
Friday, Fritzy.
Tell me about your relationship with your uncle. I'd rather tell you about that triple that knocked in 2. Let's go to it. Now
You know
it's
what?
9-3 Indians.
I'm kind of hoping Steve Sarkisian cancels here coming up top of the hour. Yeah. Maybe Michelle Tafoya gets called into a meeting, can't join us, talk about Buccaneers Saints.
Having trouble talking about my feelings, we'll explain.
We'll take a break. Play of the day up next here on the Dan Patrick Show.